towards the
last game.
Just to pick things up when it matters the most towards the end of the year. Kleenex Dixie need to have a good one here.
Well, so far things looking solid for Toronto as they get Seattle off the hard point very early, and they're finding a lot of key kills on the backside of this hill, locking down the potential rotation over towards 2, and actually putting Seattle in a bit of a pocket here. I mean, they're all spawning up towards Restaurant, and Toronto's ready for this.
Yeah, I mean, the setup is just so golden. You can keep Kleenex inside the hill for a very long time, and so long as trades can still continuously come through, Toronto Ultra mainly maintain the spawns around the back. But the avenue from those restaurant spawns have found a couple Seattle players in the back too.
Inside in a little bit of trouble. He's got Sid from the front, 2 different Surge members in the backside. But oh, how about this? Scrap picks up the back. They just need to find Mac, who has been scouted out. Just comes down to, can you get a vision to actually deny him? Because Seattle's actually still spawning pretty close. Here comes their next break attempt in a tie game. Nice solid start for Inside on 3 in a row. Turns the attention back towards Sid. But the double allows a chance for Surge to work their way back in.
And north to south spawns. You got north spawns coming through from Seattle over by the chandelier. South spawns down over in the spot. So it's just a foot race to see you can get the reinforcements here in a kill feed that is just going pinstripe across the board. Still, a lot more players for Toronto spawning in towards the back. This one not done being fought over yet.
Accuracy trying to fight their way in with this last 23 seconds on the way, but Toronto
crazy. Ultra's got fucking more kills, but
in the better part of the last 20 seconds with the scrap time. Seattle going to default to playing for rotation, but they're actually giving up a lot of space here on exit. Toronto's going to have a lot of room to work with when they get off too.
It's also a lot of question marks about where some of these players might be lurking at. Are they going to be expecting that the majority of this defense for this upcoming rotation is all on the west side of the map? Max on an island by himself, and the restaurant hit is coming through.
Oh, Hixie opening.
Was there only one there?
Hixie flies on it. Didn't have a lot of support, but that's what Charlie Hixie does. Just be a playmaker. He may not have the sexiest stat lines sitting at 0.8 or pretty much across the board, but when he's making plays like that, you know his team's going to be giving him a nice little clap on the back. 60-35 the tally, and Toronto gets the early break. Still 40 seconds to fight. Surge trying to put their way back in, but no, denied through Freezer. Mac, the last one left. He does get the first, but a lot more to deal with, and hold on a second. He does take down 2, but Toronto ultimately will hold.
Yeah, not enough to be able to flood the spawns. I mean, be a one-man wrecking crew, which we have seen Mac do in the past, but has kind of fell a little bit short on that stature, especially through the season. So difficult to do, but the teammates are there to arrive Seattle for the late break for this scrap time. It's just 15 seconds that they're going to be battling over. But Seattle Surge are trying to win this on 2 different fronts. You got players trying to soak up the scrap time, players on the rotation, but nobody was expecting Kleenex to hit through the statue lobby.
Cleaning up.
A clean kill feed comes through for Toronto ahead of the rotation for 4.
Both teams just flying right now. Tempo is up as Toronto will open up the bar, but Seattle does have the spawns in the back, plus Pred working through mid, denied by inside. Now it's just down to, can you bunker behind these little headies and hold on to the hard point? And so far, yes is the answer. Scrap keeping his life with a trophy system to help him out. A second one gets placed. Sid trying to get into contest, but he doesn't have a look at a gunfight. Predator on the back only gets 1. The trade is good. Hard point goes neutral for now. Status of the spawns remain the same. Seattle a chance to reinforce just a bit faster, but you still have Toronto Ultra members on the hard point and in great positions to get a read on this. The kills are coming. They're coming quickly. Toronto looking good for the majority of time here at bar.
Seattle have no entry whatsoever. Look at Inside and Scrap. A combined 26 kills between the 2 ARs of Toronto, and allows Hixie and Kleenex to constantly get in these very annoying positions to walk into crossfires. Has been Seattle's line of sight for the majority of the past 2 hardpoints, realistically. Leading by about 60 now are Toronto Ultra, and wouldn't you know it, they also have the rotation to new.
Oh, Kleenex is trying to bump the new hard point, but he gets shut down. A chance here for Seattle. A little 4v2 for the new time. Kills looking really clean. Hixie only gets 1, so the Surge find their way onto the hard point with relative ease. Scrap challenged back hallway, but no, not today. Trophy system to keep him alive as the rest of Ultra start to make their play through rugs. Trades coming out nicely, and how about it from Kleenex and Hixie? They're going to get 3 and immediately flip the hill.
Scrap for the entry. The SMGs could just come flying in soon after. It's a recipe for success, and that name is written by Toronto Ultra. So have Seattle Surge wanting to fight over this 25 seconds. It's kind of a big one at that. Look at where accuracy is on the map as well. This is what we like to call a money rotation. If you can somehow find your way to set yourself up for P6 off of P5, Toronto Ultra are going to blow this lead wide open. That's why you're seeing Seattle.
Oh my God, Kleenex.
Time to back up accuracy ahead of the rotation towards new.
I mean, Toronto is flying, and now we can confirm they are flying. It's a little bit of both at the moment. Scrap gonna hop up. Accuracy's early rotation ultimately denied right as soon as the hard point starts to open. Seattle with a little bit of pressure, though. Mac and Pred kind of clearing opposite sides of this garage area. Mac trying to lock down everything through mid, but realizes he's going to need a little bit of help here, and Pred will provide that. So nice little double up top, creates some vacancy for Mac to continue to play forward, and all of a sudden Toronto's a bit on the back foot here trying to break into roofs.
You have Max still trying to cause a little more space, has some nice timing the backside of the pool, but he's down to 1 HP. He's trapped between a handful of members, but just because you're trapped over here doesn't mean that you are the trappies if you are Ultra. Mac creating a lot of space and chaos. Hills can still come through. They got Lamar off the point for the time being, but reinforcements for Seattle Surge right around the corner. This has been a very successful P6 for them.
Red trying to clear out the back, just completely bamboozles inside. So numbers on the time looking good for Toronto, but ultimately Seattle feel pretty, I would say, happy and content about what has happened here on this final hard point of the rotation. Mac tested though as he continues to try to play for scrap, and that now all of a sudden puts the shoe on the opposite table, which has turned. Ultra in a good position. Seattle needing to bounce back. Take a check in to see how they're calming with those Seattle listening.
I'm gonna pinch. I'm gonna pinch.
How much couches? Couches, absolutely.
Give me 2 seconds.
One shot top cat and 1 shot square. Bottom couches, backside couches.
One side on me. Back cage, we clean it. Back cage, clean it.
I need a couch. Top cat.
Clean next cage.
I need help. Couches, one couch.
Any couches?
Couches dead. Nice shot. Wow. Switch.
Nice,
the 3.
I got on.
You going through. Con. He's gonna go down.
One, he went through.
Con it up.
He's just sitting on hold the left.
2-1.
One absolute.
Scraps on you.
Con blocking you.
Okay. Try contest a little.
I could've gotten
You sound good.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to the back.
I got him. One's art, guys. One's art. Absolute free, guys. He's in the corner in there. He's stuck.
Dead.
I'm running away. I'm gonna put
you
you
left. You have to take your time, Dante. You have to take your time.
Okay.
I'm blocking.
Yeah.
They're going left to me. Top bed, I think.
Heard you.
I don't have red door. I'm playing the broken.
Okay, I'm blocking.
I'm sitting ball right now. I think one's to the left. They're DR, guys. They're DR. They're working the shit.
You are on you.
I'm coming pond.
One shot. You can be red door on 1 shot.
Ball, dead. Top bed.
Red door.
Nice.
Red door wall.
Dead. I'm pushing out curve. Stay down. Make sure we block the back. They're in the back. They're in the back. They're pond. One's in the ambulance.
He's in the blue dash.
Take a pond and 1 blue.
Broken hole. He jumped out in pond.
He's like on the right side of the car.
We spawned up.
He's on the car in the back, okay?
I'm gonna hit this, bro.
I'm waiting for you guys.
Everybody's fucking clock, bro.
Absolute pond.
One's gonna be curved. Okay, one's gonna be curved as well.
He hasn't pushed curve yet. Dior
spawned in the back. I spawned in the back.
Dior, fuck. Dior 1 shot. One's in
in.
We're half broken. He's there. Make sure we get you.
I got one hold.
We have to hold. I spawned out.
As Seattle desperately trying to hang on, but man, I'll tell you, just watching the action for Toronto, it just feels like they've got 5 members on the map at times. People sneaking through, multiple hits coming with numbers from the front. It just feels like Seattle, despite their best efforts, just can't quite get a grip on where Toronto's hitting from.
I mean, it was such a great effort at that for P2. You even heard accuracy in the comms, kind of the general for the Seattle Surge team. He was anchoring the spawns, trying to get players in position to try to keep these players at bay. But Kleenex is still on this spree. He was the sole reason why Toronto were even able to get behind P2. Finally, the spree gets put to rest. Cruise missile in his back pocket. Kleenex leading the charge. Toronto Ultra looking to close it out in the upcoming few hills.
It's just the small advantages that Toronto have found, hill to hill, rotation to rotation, has ultimately led to a position where Seattle's just having a real tough time finding any advantages across the map. Lots of moments where they have to break setups, be perfect on rotation, and, well, finally, we may be getting an opportunity to really witness that in full. 20 seconds of scrap time looks like it's going to be conceded here by Toronto as they turn tail and run back towards bar, looking for win condition there. Accuracy there to meet them, but the first shot's not quite able to land. Hixie clears out the space, has more in front of him. Mac in the corner.
What the hell happened there?
Second, but an opportunity with that elimination for Seattle to try to rotate.
And win condition is set for Toronto Ultra with his leader's advantage, 215 to 168. Just chalk it, rotate, set yourself up in the middle of the map. Player to watch out for could be Hixie. He's setting himself up for a flank all the way through the middle of the map. Gets scouted out by Sid, so numbers might be dwindling here for Toronto Ultra, but they gotta get past the beam that is Insight.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. When Insight's shooting like this, you can see why Toronto loved this map mode combo. Hixie from behind may have just put this map out of reach. 237, 168.
It's over.
Still checking every single corner. Kleenex finding the eliminations up front, and that allows Insight just to continue to go from killing spree to killing spree. No chance here for Seattle to touch, and Toronto on one of their flagship.
Seattle gonna need some players to really showcase what they got. Sid is definitely the player to watch out with the boomstick. Definitely make the hurt come Toronto Ultra's way.
That opening nade actually doesn't quite get all the way to the trucks. So a chance for Sib to still clear this angle. Opposite side of the map. Accuracy gets a first blood onto Kleenex that looks to be up top towards server. So now all of a sudden, Hixie's kind of stuck here. he's got the choice of, well, maybe moving in towards bathroom, but a beautiful stun check for Seattle. They will absolutely know that Hixie's playing somewhere in the middle of the map.
Oh, he predicted it.
He got an audio cue on a Pred something. He's gonna get that kill and get away with his life.
How did he know he was there?
Takes down
Did he hear him?
accuracy. It was looking so good for Seattle. Oh, now finds himself in a man disadvantage.
Scrap still watching over the top. Mac has kind of snuck through, but Insight very privy to the play. Reduces it now just to Sib. 1v3, sniper in hand. May catch a look at Insight if he checks this corner. I mean, of course, we're all looking at him. He's bright purple on our map. And yeah, I think he does get a call from a teammate, but it's only a hit marker. Now to the pistol, not going to work out. Hixie stays alive mid-map, comes away with 2 kills in the round, and Toronto bounce back after the first blood goes against them.
Pred's going to be pretty frustrated about that again. You almost felt like that Hixie was dead to rights, especially with where he was positioned at. Round 1, search and destroy on Embassy. Note that silence to push all the way through the middle of the map inside of those hallways. You're kind of just relying on either a teammate to overwatch you or maybe just a nice little audio cue to come through for Hixie to find that first blood. From there on out, it was just finding where the trades were going to be coming from, of which it was all picture perfect for Toronto Ultra, negating so much map from Seattle.
Yep. And that was elimination early, by the way, from Hixie. If he doesn't get that, the round looks very different. And
Sure
it
does.
likely turns into a Seattle win, but not in this universe. Seattle on their first defense, looking for aggression over towards side. Toronto's here. Shots are tagging, but no kills coming through as of yet. Finally, a Semtex lands, and keep your eye on accuracy. After that Semtex, he is pushed behind the offense of Toronto, who now all of a sudden do not have a bomb carrier and are kind of stuck looking and hoping they can find a couple of free picks. But this is a very tough 2v4, and accuracy will pretty much put this one out of reach, leaving Scrap down to a 1v everybody.
Yep, and he shows his position top paper.
Imagine Scrap clutches this. Holy shit.
I mean, I guess if there's anybody that might have that clutch gene,
You
any
got
one of these
Daddy.
4 players, honestly, for Ultra, but it might as well be Scrap. That's a tough gunfight. You look at it, that's a head clutch and a half over there. But
On a losing streak in Search, and it just felt like they were reacting, trying to receive everything. Now looking to get aggressive as 2 players dive over towards the site. Opening trade comes through. Hixie feels like he's got a chance to turn the tides, though, as Mac is caught not in a chance to plant. Still holds his life, though, but unfortunately did not expect Hixie, who continues to be menaced through mid. Now looking for more on the Sib, but
more trades.
this time Sib does not have the sniper rifle, and that turns us into a 2v2 early.
Scrap might be able to find a weapon around one of these corpses. Right now he's working with the X12 and the SPX-80, so Regis angle to hold this close. He's going to get shot in the side by Sib. Nearly escapes with his life, but the biggest problem still remains. That bomb is dropped in a very precarious spot.
And Insight cannot drop up here. Sib is on the way. Accuracy pops dead silence. He's trying to make sure he stays away from Scrap. But it's all about this contact right here. Insight just inside of the staircase. Sib saying, "Where did you go?" Little "Where's Waldo" coming through. And Sib, the trophy carrier, surely has made a couple of footstep sounds. Insight plays patiently. Checks, finds the kill before the bomb can get planted. And now Accuracy having a little tango with Scrap.
Think about getting planted.
Important to note, through 3 early here, no kills for Pred. He is the usual king of first bloods for Seattle, and also their KD leader, so need to see something out of him. As Toronto will make their way to B, get the plant. Sib misses the opening shot. Here comes the charge from Kleenex. No worries there. Pred, though, a little push through of his own, nearly gets the long-range shots for a second.
Oh, how did he get that?
And, okay, all of a sudden, kills get traded back and forth. We get to a 2v2. Problem here is the post-plant positioning for Hixie is one that you're not going to be able to step out. Seattle will take care of Kleenex, though. Chance to still move quickly, but boy, they need to move quickly. Just comes down to the question of when does Hixie check for this possible defuse. Mac will hop. Has to go soon. Does he have an angle at it? No, he doesn't. Not quite, but still gets the toe tags. Gets away in time. Will become the ultimate enemy. Pred has to try to hop it, but no chance for him to hold. And Toronto will see a quote-unquote clutch from Hixie come through to get to their 3rd.
Yeah, no, it's a clutch any which way you look at it. Just really smart search and destroy being exemplified by Hixie. I mean, you're in a 1v2. Obviously, you know you have to play against Toronto Ultra. Gonna take a 2-round lead here in the search.
Small margins between these two, though. Tons of nades for Toronto, littering the tennis courts. Seattle threw maybe a couple of their own, but has backed off of this initial play, and Hixie will get caught trying to get aggressive. But will you expect Insight to maybe make the same route happen? May not matter. Kills on the other side of the map turn up all in favor of the Surge. That's going to lead to Mac hopping for a pretty quick plant here. Kleenex maybe a chance to contest, but as Mac gets the plant, the exit is on, and Kleenex gets traded. It all falls to inside for the 1v2.
Good cover. Accuracy needs to stay alive up here. Inside throws some shots his way. Top admin, 1v2. Gets the gunfight versus Pred.
That mantle.
No shot. No dice.
And well, as we jump into round 6, important to mention that Pred started 0-3, now 4-3 in the last couple of rounds. Sib looking for maybe a tough angle on this scope. Not going to see anyone on this initial cross. The rest of Seattle, I mean, look at this play. They're all pushing through admin. Toronto's split here, though. They're allowing Seattle to come through around the back. Just comes down to will they actually make the contact they need to win the gunfights. Pred, surprising insight, now forces a really tough position for Scrap, who needs to hold his ground and also look over the top of this bomb plant. Pred, oh, careful, brother. That's your teammate. Takes a couple of shots, accuracy, looking for the trade, but Scrap provides the kills needed, and Sid can't quite get back towards the bomb. A beautiful breakdown by Toronto, and that little ground here for Seattle. What's the call? After the passive previous offense, they're going to do the exact same thing. Throw a lot of nades deep towards B, then back off. This time, though, Toronto are trying to pull that same double stack through mid. Scrap dropping towards the backside of B, though, does create a bit of an opening here for Seattle to try to work the bomb forward if they want to, and Pred very wisely cuts off that bottom bathroom position. So now Toronto down to some desperation. Kleenex pops the doors, doesn't see the plant from Mac. This is going to feel familiar, though. Sees the toes, and accuracy provides the oversight needed. Insight, last one left. Tag down to 4 HP, and Seattle's little bait and switch, so to speak.
We're adaptations that are starting to come through for Seattle Surge. And you talk about Pred, again, he's up to 7-4 off that 0-3 start.
Lots of trust that Pred could follow back, but accuracy at 9-5, as you mentioned, continues to be the lifeline for a lot of these Seattle offenses. Can they get things going here defensively, though, to get us back to a 4-4? Kleenex has already made his way over towards the B site. Pred in a little bit of danger, but has an exit, if only just barely. And he's a little stuck at the moment. I mean, nades are coming through. Toronto's looking for the isolation onto Pred, but he's fully healthy and may actually surprise Scrap top paper, but he doesn't check it. Oh! The timing there could have been everything. Pred will still flush out top office, and that's going to be good, at least for an attempt to deny this initial plant if Toronto commit to getting to B.
Pred's hearing some footsteps below him, but we can hear him. I'm sure that Pred hears it as well. Kleenex push all the way up towards the bomb site. Still finds that kill on the Mac, but now Pred will pounce. Knows that Scrap's top paper doesn't win the gunfight. 2v1.
Sib just going to gamble that this is eventually going to come over towards B. Trophy at the ready, bomb collected, and it's making a quick rotation through A with support from Scrap at mid. And Scrap's play is fully dead silent. So Sib has got a lot of things to do. And yeah, Scrap's heard him. There's the shots. Very well done by Toronto, dealing with that little Seattle cheeky play to get in through admin.
Now up on map one.
Snipe out, Scrap just a bit wide. Pred, Sib on the cross. They're going to find first blood on the Kleenex. This should lead to a very quick plant. Hixie once again, though, mid-map. He continues to be a problem that Seattle have no answer for. And as Insight takes care of accuracy, there is no longer a window that Mac can at least safely figure that he's going to plant and get an exit, but he still sticks it anyways in the 2v2. Scrap back in what Hixie's position was, and Mac actually catches them just over the top. Shots from Insight now onto Sibber, good for the 1v1. Mac still holding down low. Stun off the tree, doesn't land. Question marks start to come into Insight as he makes the little bang.
Wow!
Oh, completely destroys Mac off the heady. First 3 shots were good for Mac, but in the end,
this looks like a 3-0 right now.
And last time that's right, they had that barber that like popped up and like, dude, I was talking to
He gave you a really good cut.
Ash. Yeah, he was real solid. Here we go, into the action. Toronto on the opening offense, eyes towards B early, but Seattle in a good position to read this, mostly off of Sib watching the cross, and of course Mac in a position to clean things up. Pred trying to get a little bit of a further step in towards bedroom, but denied, and we'll go back to a bit of a reset as Toronto turn their attention towards it.
The Hotel might have the highest win percentage as far as offense is concerned when it comes out of control here in the CDL, but it can always set the pace when you win the opening breaks like Seattle Surge. What Ultra look like off the rebound? Well, it's a nice little 3-for-2 trade, goes the kill feed, and that allows Toronto Ultra to actually step foot on the B zone.
Look at that little head fake saying, hey, look at us, Seattle, we're moving towards A. The defense says, all right, we'll rotate, and then nope, never mind. Quick rotation back through mid. Need to get these cleanup kills, though, as the first take is locked, second on the way. Kills coming out of the subs again as Hixie wins the final 1v1. Just has to stay alive, and the incoming nades from Sib. Second tick is pretty much a guarantee if he can get just a little bit of help, but doesn't need it. Just finishes off the kill by himself, nearly gets the turn up top, but the second tick had been locked. Toronto not going to shy away from this play, though. Feel like they've got a step to get back in, and whoa, with these kills, they can stack and put an extra 60 on the board quickly.
I think it's
we'll
over.
call from inside and co off the respawn, just come back through middle of the map, get that last segment rather than spawning parallel over towards A and try to split the defenders up from Seattle Surge. That's what you do get when you have a 5-life lead. No entrance inside the pantry. Toronto Ultra looking to flip the map very quickly, already on A.
Nice little hero double from Pred. Keeps this defense in a position of chance to deny this Toronto Ultra hit, which definitely had some legs quickly running in towards A, but the cleanup is there. Ultra enjoying a 3-life lead. Max still holding on towards the site. Nade's going to both archways in front of him. And Seattle even doing a little bit of work through mid here. So as far as how do you hold A, this is a good start for the Surge.
Yeah, no, it's just about trying to find these next few gunfights, especially if you are Mac, how important it is for an A defense here on Hotel. If you can get players inside of the cat room, inside a kitchen, Mac's going to find the first. Now 6 and 4. Doesn't expect Scrap to be in the TV corner. So still kills coming through the middle of the map. Toronto Ultra press on.
Oh, big kill from Pred behind. Keeps that Rugs position in control of Seattle. He's gonna have to do a lot more than that, though. First kill good. Second lined up with the Insight, who wants the secondary challenge and will win it. Now the clock once again stalled out at 47 seconds. First take, double stack for Toronto. Hit coming out from Seattle. A little bit of a team-friendly fire from the trophy system, but accuracy, Max still get the kills they need. Just need to come down to finding Kleenex, and accuracy will put him to rest just before the second tick gets locked. We've got a 6v5.
Trophy systems don't care what side of the team that you're actually on or who threw it. 6v4. Last set of respawns here for Seattle Surge. Gotta play this perfectly.
Seattle just bunkering up around the back. Lots of trust that the ARs can get the job done, but how about that little bait and switch? Scrap takes down accuracy. First member down. 23 seconds on the clock here as well. Sib tested at range. Scrap just kind of playing with them. Needs to follow up. Sib steps away. Has to come back on, though. Second ticket progress is going to be locked. It's him versus the world, and no, not able to get back through. Well, here's the other kind of issue with dropping that first round. As we saw kind of in the Monster Energy pregame, Toronto, one of the best teams on this map, to hold second in the league defensively at 63%. Seattle taking a more reserved approach here, not really looking for anything at B, just going to drop in Mac on the A zone to stall the clock early, and he's going to find a lot of early success here as his teammates start to clean up kills through shops.
I love this call coming through for the Surge. Don't try to play with your food. If you can find middle of the map, that's great, but go for A first, and then set yourself up for B. Got one player of Inside that's playing all the way on an island, top valet, playing for exits. And the way that Toronto Ultra are suggesting across the minimap, they're chalking this very early. I mean, they're losing a lot of lives as well. It's a big gunfight to find if you are Scrap, but the trade is there immediately. Third segment well on its way. Surge looking to add 60 seconds with a 3-life lead.
And keep your eye not just on Red and Bedroom, but the players that are near him. It's Hixie and Insight trying to deny that Bedroom play, but look at all the space through mid. Kleenex doesn't have a chance to contest this. He's just prone behind the bar desk. Mac looking, lurking, slinking his way forward, trying to find contact. And, well, his teammates will say there's the go call. Hixie, all the way deep through mid, though, does deny the early attempt for a touch. And with a minute 55 on the clock, Seattle just hold to a 3-life lead. And they've actually got a nice position here to get out of spawn and actually approach this B site quickly.
XC was looking for a play over by the side door outside of kitchen, but it's allowing Seattle Surge to enforce their numbers. Now 3 players strong on the push. Toronto Ultra spotting out. The stack is in.
Scrap gets the first.
I ate the food too fast.
This is just to a 2-man stack. Second ticket progress on the way. Kleenex eliminates 1 through mid-map. Toronto still trying to work their way through catwalk side. Accuracy watching, but also feeling like he needs to get onto the zone. Oh, and then from behind, Hixie Insight clear things out. Pred not there fully to follow up, and the second ticket progress does not get locked as Toronto start to get their defense back into play.
And now Kleenex, if he wants, he can press a little bit further forward to complete that progress, but holding this positioning is going to be so big. Pred's trying to fly around the back. That's a tough gunfight.
Wow.
Premature shots, maybe.
Holy crap.
So Pred's flank comes up absolutely dry. The hit from the front comes up even worse. It's just Sib alive over inside of couches. A minute 13 left on the clock. Seattle Surge's life lead has now dwindled down to 2.
Toronto, though, not in a healthy position in terms of how many lives are still left considering the clock. So if you're Seattle, you still feel good about your attempt to just play trades. And so far, so good. Scrap the only defender forward, playing inside of that deep luggage hallway. Loses his teammates from behind. Seattle looking to get on towards the zone. This is going to force the hand of Scrap. Deals with the first shots onto Mac clean as he clears the zone completely. 8v11, 45 seconds on the clock.
Now you feel like this is going to be a last chance hit coming through for Seattle Surge, the one that might just stick the most, and they're spawning all the way over inside a kitchen, which means that you should be aware if you are Seattle Surge, that there's an Ultra player around the bedroom side. His name is Scrap. Takes
Scrap
down
is doing
Sid seemingly
work right
for
now.
free. Ultra have a demanding control of the map.
Oh, come on! Just not losing any gunfights. Finally, Pred puts to rest the onslaught of Scrap. 6v7, 20 seconds on the clock. Seattle still trying to get all 4 members stacked up for the hit. Kleenex denying in through Valley Hallway. Inside also deters another player around the back. Has to be down to this last 2v2. Hixie holds the front line, and with that, Toronto looking good for the defense. Last couple of members for Seattle, not going to get there in time, and Toronto's going to go up 2-0 early. It's just, again, one of those things, man. Toronto fans are, I'm sure, when they saw the series set with 2 respawns on Hotel, smiles had to come through. You just don't want to play Ultra on these map mode combos, and this is why. Their first offense heavy-handed towards B. This second, though, complete isolation and domination as they get on first stack at A.
And Scrap is just vibing in the atrium. He knows that there's going to be a player for Surge, just trying to flank all the way to the backside of Square. Deals with him scot-free. Middle of the map already being held by Ultra. The A zone captured early. It's a flawless opening. Well, Scrap had to ruin it, but 29 plays up against 25. 2 minutes and 17 seconds on the board. Goodness me.
It's going to feel like deja vu for Seattle. Last time these two teams had played, Scrap and Insight in Control dropped 1.35s and 1.62 KDs. They are looking to possibly improve upon
21 and 14.
Not what you want to see if you're Seattle. Toronto, tons of time to work with. Even more lives to continue to expend. As Hixie gets the regen, Dead Silence about to fade. Thinks about a play through mid while the rest of his teammates clear off bedroom, but without Dead Silence, he may hold here until the first hit starts to come through from the front.
Oh, he's actually hitting the gas. He wants to go a little bit further forward. That's an audio cue that I'm sure Accuracy had to have heard for himself. Patience not being exemplified there for Hixie, but where Hixie might have fallen, Kleenex is looking to pick up the flank. He's already passed Rugs, potentially to come around the backside of Shops.
Oh, Insight just landed on Pred. A little Goomba stop. Pred gets the kill. Turned around, not quite able to turn it into a double. And with that, Toronto's subs able to learn and lurk their way in towards this Seattle defense. The kills come through. Now it's on the stack. Seattle need to hope that these nades can start to land. You've got Kleenex blocking mid-desk. First tick is in. 3 members are still on. Last chance for Seattle if they want to try to extend this series, but Toronto continue to find the kills. Insight, last one left, and he will be taken down, but oh, it's punishing. 19 plays, 13, still a ton of time, and Scrap still has some mid-map control.
Yeah, I was about to say, Scrap is making it even further expensive. 24 and 15 now for the kid. Catches Mac off guard. I mean, if it wasn't going to be Scrap, it was going to get traded out by Insight. You feel like almost immediately, if not Hixie. Kill still coming through. Toronto Ultra can do no wrong. They're pressing forward towards the zone.
Doubled up on the lives right now are Toronto, and Kleenex guns Mac, and then the Semtex lands, looking to get it done himself. 1v1 with Sim. Shots decent, but not enough to secure the elimination. So we go on again. Third tick of progress, halfway done. Hixie thinking about trying to get early aggressive, but that was denied very quickly and very convincingly by Seattle, who now
they
has
got double
some
the
good mid-map
lives.
control. Hold on a second. This could still be plausible that Seattle can hold. Problem is, there's only 6 lives remaining.
And you have to play so defensively and turn it up on the backside of this B control zone. Deplete what you can. Set yourself up on these Godheadies. Make sure that the flank can stay secured. Inside's just laying prone, up top lights. Just expecting players to encroach on forward, but we're running out of game clock.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
And Kleenex just completely foils the setup by cutting through mid-map. Max double, keeps the defense alive for now, but Hixie's fully healthy. Turns and guns accuracy at range, and that will be the final nail in the coffin.
Damn. But I hope you guys enjoy this one. On to the next rounds of qualifiers. See you guys in the next one.
Good God, all my demons getting to me lately. Spent all my time getting faded, and my thoughts, they were fading. Pondering why I was fated to be me. Mine was erasing no rhymes, evanescence. Welcome to the great mind of a lost soul. World cold, young nigga bold, making all the wrong decisions.